I have no friends, and this is by choice. Okay, I lied. I have two, which is still not a lot compared to other people. What is a friend? It's someone you talk to on the regular, actually hang out with, have mutual support with, right? It's not the same as people you know or your acquaintances. Don't forget, you also have your own definition of a friend. Throughout my life, I was always envious of people who had a lot of friends, who can just instantly connect with someone just like that. For me, it's not that easy, especially as an adult. It's hard to make friends, and it doesn't help that I'm an introvert. In adulthood, everyone is living their lives, have less time, and have more responsibilities like a job, family to take care of, etc. Even during college, I was dorming 2 hours away from home. I mainly ate alone in the dining halls because I could not be bothered with asking people. You have to wait for them, then you gotta find a table together, then you gotta do small talk, which I don't like doing. Doing all of that while hungry is not cute, okay? Don't mess with me when I'm hungry. I just want to be in and out, 15 minutes max. Also, why do people think that if you hate small talk, it means you don't know how to talk to people? Nah, I know how to talk to people. I just don't care. I'm perfectly okay with not talking. Like, leave me alone, please. And this is why I appreciate silent Uber rides so much. I get in the car, we greet each other, and that's it. The driver has music on or they don't. It doesn't matter. I get to my destination in peace, and that's all I care about. Not all of us are in the mood to talk. I hate talking about myself, especially to strangers. In fact, I'm more inclined to tip more when the drivers don't talk to me. It's that serious. Socializing is a lot of work. Speaking of socializing, I don't know if it's because of COVID, but I've been dreading it so much lately. Talking on the phone, talking to people is just annoying in general. I'll always avoid it if I can. There's a stigma that if you have no friends, it's a red flag. People will wonder why. Oh, you must be mean. You have a bad personality. There's something wrong with you, etc. This is one of my biggest insecurities. I always thought there was something wrong with me. It took me a long time to realize that just because you don't have friends or only have a few, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And that does not define who you are as a person. Normalize just being tired, cutting people out, keeping our peace. Do you know me? No, you don't. But I know who I am. I know I'm a good person. I'm a down-ass bitch. I'm just very picky on who I spend my time and energy on. It's precious. I saw a video on TikTok and this person mentioned pattern recognition, and oh my god, it opened up my mind to another dimension. It makes sense. The first time we ever experience a toxic friendship, it scars us. Our bodies goes into fight or flight to protect us, and you will never forget how you felt. The trauma from it makes it harder to trust people again. Then you start recognizing those patterns to avoid those people in the future. I'm already overstimulated during the day. I ain't got time for your bullshit. Know your worth. Stop putting up with people the first time they act weird, different towards you, and don't let them get comfortable doing it. Respect yourself and set boundaries. Like, that's something weird to say. It made me uncomfortable. Emphasis on uncomfortable. Never forget how you felt during the interaction. Confront them about it. Don't sweep it under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen. The more you let people act like that and treat you like that, the more they think it's okay to keep doing it. I remember the first time I cut off a friend, it was one of the hardest things to do because I really thought we were going to be best friends for life, but I knew deep down I had to for my mental health. I've come to realize that people will eventually disappoint you at some point. They gradually start removing their mask and show you who they really are and their intentions. Not saying that this is everyone, but from my own personal experience, that's the case. There's a saying, I'd rather be alone than in bad company, and that is so true. When that keeps happening, the disappointment, the shade, being used, the random one-sided competitive behavior, the list goes on. It gets mentally draining and it's exhausting. My god, how do you even keep up with that? Get the f out of here. I don't want that anymore. I've learned to prioritize my peace so much more now. It's valuable. It's timeless. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it can be lonely not to have many friends, and sometimes I desire that. But every time I sniff some iffy behavior from someone, I get reminded of why I am the way I am at this point of my life. It just validates that. I'm very selective on who gets past my wall. It's not your job to fix and change someone. You're not their therapist. They shouldn't be treating you that way way in the first place. If you think about it, making friends is the same as dating. You're looking to see if they're the right fit to be in your life and vice versa. Are they worth your time and energy? What is a good friend? Everyone has their own criteria of what a good friend is. To me, a good friend is someone you're comfortable to be yourself with, has your back, happy for your achievements, respects you, doesn't look down on you, doesn't talk behind your back, and someone who has genuine care for your problems and what and how you're doing in life. I can keep going, and it has to be mutual. Wait, I forgot. This is a big one. When they actually listen to you and genuinely want to understand what you're saying without making it about themselves. The amount of times I've experienced conversations like that, I can't even count. It's crazy. It's like talking to a wall. That's not a friend. That person doesn't like you. They simply don't care about your problems. Feeling ignored, feeling like it's one-sided, it's not normal. It took me so long to accept that. I've definitely had one-sided friendships and I'm done with that. I'm tired. It gets so obvious when you realize it. Bye-bye. I don't need you anymore in my life. I don't got time for that. At some point, I was already accepting that maybe I'm just not fit to have many friends, and that's okay. That's just who I am. There's nothing wrong with that. I decided my peace is way more important. That's what pure freedom is. No drama, no bullshit, just bliss. This doesn't just apply to friends, this can apply to family too. Just because they're family, does that automatically mean your mental health doesn't matter anymore? Hell no! You're worth it. Your well-being is worth it. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. I'm not even close with anyone in my family besides my parents. We don't even do holiday gatherings. I wouldn't even say I have the best relationship with my parents either, hence why I moved out years ago. That's a whole other story I can maybe talk about another time. I've already been used to not having a lot of friends, a big support system for a long time now. When I see someone who doesn't have any friends or only 1 or 2 friends, I see them as a boss-ass bitch who knows their worth, know who they are, and you know they're comfortable with themselves. People who think it's weird are ignorant. Wow, I didn't meant for this to be like a TED Talk, but I hope you found this to be a safe place, and feel free to comment your experiences with friendships. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.